Welcome back to the Afro Hippie Journalist. Um, when I first heard this story, I was like, it's bad enough that white people, white police officers are killing black people, but now you have white police officers lying about black people shooting them, particularly a black man. When I heard this story, I was like, no, like really, it's come to that point now to where it's like I feel like they have to meet this quota. Like, okay, well, they have to get this many black people either arrested or um, killed or something. And I feel like she was just trying to meet her quota or trying to be like everyone else and be like, oh, a black man shot me. Let me see if I can get him arrested or get him killed so I can be like all the other police officers so I can fit in with all of the other police officers. Well, that didn't happen. So this police officer charged with fabricating a story that a black man shot her. And this happened in Jackson, Georgia. Authorities are charging a Georgia police officer with fabricating a story that she was shot by a suspect she described only as a black man. So she just said a black man shot her. Do you know how many black men live in Georgia or live in that area? Really? It says the Georgia Bureau of Investigation said Friday that agents have obtained warrants charging Jackson police officer Shelly with making false statements, tampering with evidence, interference with government property, and violation of oath of office. Now, looking at her picture, she looks like the police officer that shot Terrence Crutcher. I think her name was Shelby something, but they look like they could be related. Anyway, the GBI says Hall made a police radio call early on September 13th and said she had been shot. Hall said she saw a black man near a wood line while she was on routine patrol, and she approached him to ask him why he was there. He became argumentative and shot her, she claimed. And that's the same thing with Terrence Crutcher, except both of them go up to these two black men who apparently were minding their own business, if there was even a black man that was there that she's talking about. But you go up to these black men who are minding their own business, they're not doing anything wrong, and you're questioning them. That sounds so stupid. She said she fired two shots at the suspect with the Glock 22 issued to her by Jackson Police Department, but said he fled into the woods. Okay, but if he shot her, like, okay. Hall is white. That's funny. Police said previously the Hall was shot in the abdomen, but her bulletproof vest protected her. I like how they put in their Hall is white, like, just randomly. It says Jackson Police Chief James Morgan said he called in the GBI to conduct an independent investigation. According to the GBI, Hall told investigators she hadn't turned on her police car's video or audio recording devices. And that's the issue that I'm having. Y'all are in police cars. Anytime you pull someone over, isn't it, isn't it that is it protocol that they're supposed to turn on the video and audio from the unit, like regardless of whatever it is you're pulling someone over, just in case something happens. But I guess that's not logic in their head. They found her statements inconsistent with the recordings and other evidence. The GBI says investigators determined she was not a victim of the shooting. At a press conference Friday, investigators and prosecutors didn't say whether they believe Hall shot herself, citing the ongoing investigation, but they said they do not suspect she had accomplices. Her claim that an armed suspect was still on the loose instilled fear in the small central Georgia city of just over 5,000. Jackson Mayor Kay Pippin said she was disappointed anyone would contribute to such fears. And the thing is, I don't think that it was just fear to white people, but I think it was fear in general. Like, there's a person on the loose with a gun who shot a police officer. I think that would instill fear in anyone. Like, okay, this person has a gun and they're running around with a gun, just shooting people. It says, for 2 weeks, the good people of the city of Jackson poured out their hearts in expression of concern and support for what we believe to be a police officer, one of our own, harmed in the line of duty, Pippin said. Hall's daughter spoke to CBS affiliate WGCL shortly after the incident, pleading for the gunman to turn himself in. And the fact that she got her daughter roped into this, I bet her daughter feels like shit, the fact that she had got on, TV and was, on her mother's side when actually her mother lied. This is so stupid. Friday, officials reassured the community there was no gunman at large. Morgan said Hall is on paid administrative leave. And that's the shit that I don't get. Okay, granted, the other chick, the one who shot and killed Terrence Crutcher, she was fired, which she should have been hired in the first place. The fact that on her application she said she smoked weed, she got into disputes with her ex-boyfriend where they were trying to, mess up each other's car, and then her ex-husband's wife was saying how she was harassing them, all kinds of stuff. The bitch was crazy. And the fact that she still got hired as a police officer. And this woman, she seems to be on that same pill of craziness. It says officials said she had checked herself into a private facility, but wouldn't elaborate. She was expected to be arrested and booked on charges upon her release. But why is she still being paid? And the thing is, she's being paid by taxpayers. That's one thing that irritates me when these police officers, they do something wrong and they're put on administrative leave, paid administrative leave. We're paying for them. We're financing them. We're paying their bills. That's the shit that pisses me off about this. Like, this lady clearly lied and said a black man shot her for whatever reason. That's so stupid. It really is stupid. And I don't understand why, these police officers are still, given, they're innocent until proven guilty. But then when they kill a black person, you don't find out whether this black person was doing anything. And the thing is, even if they're not doing anything, you still kill them. For what reason? And that's like I mentioned in my last video about the police officer with Terrence Crutcher, that she was emotionally involved. These white women are too fucking emotional. They should not be sent on, calls that have to do with any kind of crime. In my opinion, I feel like they should be like traffic officers, directing traffic, have a desk job. And I know that that's like, a sexist thing to say. I don't really care because I'm not a feminist. But my thing is like, these women should not be on the street policing anybody. Because both of these women apparently were very deranged. As we can clearly see, they're very deranged. So please like, comment, share, and subscribe, and tell me what you think about this whole story. I don't know if this story was as publicized as any of the other stories. I actually heard this one as I was just online searching. So I don't know if this was a publicized story, but let me know what you think. And until next time.